Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video by yours truly. We got a lot of work to get done. And in the process of getting this work done, my mic decided to bite the dust. So I had to buy a new mic. And this new mic, which I thought was $400, ended up being $1,500. So that was a real punch in the dick out of the blue. That was unexpected, but you know what? This is a career that I plan to do for a very long time. Always invest in yourself. If you can increase the quality of the experience, it's worth doing. So now that we got that out the way, I'm also going to be dropping more Black Swan content. I did some zero cycles with her and Kafka. We're going to be talking about that. I need to finish the story. We're going to be streaming today, doing the story live stream. There's a lot of, I just want to get all this out the way so you guys know, because I hadn't uploaded in almost 48 hours, which is weird for me. I upload every day. But in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Prydwen's tier list and giving our takes on where they place particular characters. Before we get into it, know that these are people who have their own expertise and their own opinions on characters. You don't have to get mad at them because they didn't put a character that you thought should be in a certain position. At the end of the day, we have our own opinions, and that's okay. I'm going to be probably cutting up on them, but it's not with any malice or saltiness. At the end of the day, it's just my opinion versus theirs, you know, and what the hell, we all have a good degree of knowledge for the game we love and appreciate. So let's go ahead and take a look at this tier list, give my opinions on it and where I would place particular characters or what I might agree with. Let's get into it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start off on this right-hand side with the sustainers. Fu Xuan, absolutely. She's still the most broken sustainer in my personal opinion. What I will say is I can see that the way they're doing their tier list is there can only be one unit on the top on the S+ tier. You can't have two units up there. I believe that's how they're doing it. But the only problem I have with that is that Black Swan isn't the best sustainer in the game for every single composition. She's a sustainer who synergizes very well with crit characters. Whereas if you run her on a dot composition, she's inferior to Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo's attack percent team-wide bonus plus her energy recharge team-wide boost is just too damn good for dot compositions. So I would put Scooby-Doo next to Black Swan. I mean, not Black Swan, Fu Xuan. If I had my own tier list, I'd put them two up there and then I'd leave Lorcha in the S tier. That's the only thing I disagree with. But again, I think it's because they can only choose one. And if you had to choose one or the other to be the representative of, you know, the queen bitch in that category, I guess it would be Fu Xuan. So Lorcha is a fantastic sustainer. He's the most comfortable sustainer in the game, but I just don't think he'll ever be a S+ tier sustainer. He's just not meant to be an S+ tier sustainer. He's just meant to be the sustainer who you can always rely on to sustain. He doesn't have anything in his kit like Black Swan that gives a 10% crit rate boost to your whole team. And then if you get her E1, 30% crit damage boost to the whole team. He doesn't have nothing like that. He doesn't have a 40% attack boost. His E1's like 20%, so that's mid. And he damn sure can't give energy recharge to the whole team. So he's not providing the value that they provide. He's providing a comfort level of sustain. So for the most part, I completely agree with this. This is nice. Moving on to Amplifier. And down here, yeah, you know, before we move on to Amplifier, Lynx, Japard, and Bailu. Yo, bro. 5-star and a B tier, losing the Lynx. The only reason she's not better than Bailu if the enemy is not hitting you with any like crowd control. But if you go up against an enemy with crowd control, yeah, Lynx is better. Like, I'm sorry, like Lynx can literally debuff one debuff on a whole team with an ult. Bailu can't debuff. So that's why Bailu's in B tier. I completely agree with this. I completely agree with this. Now, if you get some good effect resistance on Japard, there's some situations where he outperforms even some people up here, but they're very, very niche situations. So yeah, I pretty much agree with all of the sustain category. And then they got, oh man, Natasha in C tier. that I agree with that, but March 7th I think should be up here. If you have a E6 March 7th, she can perma freeze the hell out of the other enemy. I need to build her up to showcase her. Her perma freeze is actually nuts because it's team wide perma freeze, which it contributes to sustain. But they're probably grading her based off of her individual shield application. So to which that you know, I can agree with it. But I think March 7th is a B tier sustainer, potentially an A tier if you know how to perma freeze with her. So let's move on to amplifiers. I see that everyone pulled their head out of their ass and finally agreed with me on Ron May being better than Bronya and being the most broken sustained harmony or slash support slash buffer in the entirety of the game. Remember when I said this shit? Remember when I said it when she first came out, but everybody was just like, no, but Bronya's still better and Ron May's not necessary. Yeah, what happened now? Yep, I guarantee you they got access to data and they started seeing not only all the CN players using Ron May to get the best clears, they probably seen every body in the community using Ron May. So I thought that was worth mentioning because, you know, when I said it, y'all, everybody was doubting it, you know, but now, now that it's on Prydwen, it's more verified. So yeah, y'all know I was gonna talk some shit about that. Bronya, get your ass in the back with the S tier units. Yes, sir. This is appropriate. Bronya is not as valuable as Ron May. Bronya is still Bronya. It's not as valuable. Ting Yun, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, there's just so many teams that use Ting Yun. I've been saying this since day one. Ting Yun, in my opinion, is better than Bronya. She's more universally usable than Bronya, and there's certain teams where she just outperforms Bronya. But, you know, she's debated up there in the S plus, in my personal opinion. Y'all know I'm a Ting Yun fanatic, all right? Now, I don't know who the hell at Prydwen is sucking off Silverwolf, okay? But there's no way a E0 Silverwolf, E0, is outperforming a E6 Pella. You have lost your goddamn mind. Now, if you want to say she can enable a little more comfort and stuff, sure. But putting Silverwolf in front of Pella is wild. Putting Pella in the A tier, now that's wild. Pella is absolutely still one of the most used 4-star units in the entirety of the game for not only just clearing content, but competing as well. So yeah, this was wild to me. I didn't agree with this at all. She's absolutely up there in the S tier, but everybody else I agree with. I even agree with E6 Yukong being B tier, simply not because she's not usable. I think she has A tier performance, but the problem is I never use her. I always use somebody else. And if you're always using somebody else, well, that character can debatably be put into the B tier. The same thing with Asta and Hanya. They're not my go-tos anymore. Even Austin. Asta's a really damn good support unit. But with the newer Harmony units coming out, Ting Yun, Pella, Bronya, and now Ron May, and now Sparkle coming around the corner. And then, yeah, you have Silverwolf too. These units are just like, they're taking the back seat. So I completely agree with Prydwen for the most part. Apart from this, y'all I don't know who the hell smoke. Y'all smoke. I need to get what y'all are smoking. Y'all smoking that good shit, bro. It ain't even 420 yet. Y'all smoking already. That's crazy. So that's my take on amplifiers. Now, specialists, according to them, this category is going to be somebody who completely like pops off, like their value goes through the roof in particular scenarios. Also, Synergist is going to be this little symbol right here. By the way, kudos to Prydwen. I love you guys' organization. I love that y'all like go out of your way to provide little details like this so that people can understand the nuances of the rankings. This is really cool. So bravo to you guys. But they have this little symbol right here, and that's a Synergist symbol. And basically what this symbol is saying is if they have another unit with them, their value goes through the roof. So I agree with Topaz being S tier. Yeah, I agree with Topaz being S tier. I do. The fact that she can be used with so many units is really incredible to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean she deserves to be an S plus tier. Now, Black Swan being an S and Kafka being an S plus is wild. Because I get it. She's only an S plus because of Black Swan, but she literally would not be S plus without Black Swan. Like these two are peanut butter and jelly. And you cannot put a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the S plus tier if it doesn't have the jelly or the peanut butter. You know what I mean? Vice versa. So I think in this scenario, they both should be up there because they make each other so damn good. These two are actually combined their meta against the scenarios where the enemy is weak against wind and lightning. Their performance is cracked. Because I zero cycled with Black Swan and Kafka on floor 11, which is just as difficult as floor 12, and I didn't have either one of their signature light cones. Neither one of their signature light cards. In fact, I had the free-to-play Herder store on Kafka, and then I had Sampo's light cone on Black Swan. So I think these two, even though I know your concept is only one goes up to the S+, this should be the exception because they quite literally cannot pop off as well without each other, if that makes sense. Now down here, man, y'all know I'm a Luca fanatic. Y'all really do. The thing is, if Luca isn't going up against a physical scenario, he's just dog shit. Whereas other units are still usable if you're not using them against the physical, like heavy physical scenarios. Luca is absolute dog shit. So I think that's the only reason why it's deserved for him to be in the A tier. But in the event that he's going up against heavy bleed weaknesses, oh bro, he is S tier, no question. Sampo got a massive buff with Black Swan because both of their wind shears trigger his E4, and then when you break their shields with him, it's like 3 different wind shears proccing, and bro can just hit for like 100 and 150k. Y'all saw my showcase. Bro is dirty with Black Swan. In fact, you could debatably put Sampo in the S tier with the synergy thing. You could, because with next to Black Swan, bro is just popping off. Now, E6 Shuyi. Why is she in the specialist cat? Oh, because she can break shields. I still don't agree with that. She should be in the DPS category, 100%. She should be over here. Now, some of y'all might be thinking Shu Yi is on the same level as Xing Shui. The thing is, man, Xing Shui is just a broken 4-star unit. Shu Yi's not broken, and that's the difference. I think Shu Yi can actually probably dish off similar damage output as Xing Shui. She probably can, but she's not broken. You really have to work hard with her to get that damage popping off. Now you can say that you have to do the gamble with Xing Shui, but even if you don't gamble, Xing Shui will still obliterate. She still will completely obliterate. And with Sparkle right around the corner, she's gonna get even stronger. I don't know who the hell has a thing for this character at Hoyo, but this is an abomination. This character should not be this strong at 4 stars, and she is. But Shu Yi is like right under her, I think, in power level, just a smidge, but then way harder to pull off those numbers. So I think she's properly. If there was an A+, I'd put Shu Yi there at E6. I would, if there was an A+. But other than that, yeah, Gwen Ifen, yeah, I'll be honest. Gwen Ifen, damn, that's a tough one. I actually think Gwen Ifen is also A tier, but when I compare her to Luca, she's not putting out the value he is. And now when I compare her to Sampo with Black Swan now out, she's not putting out the value he is. So I guess B is proper. I hate to say that because I love Gwen, but I guess it's proper. Now, Su Shang, they're absolutely out of their goddamn mind. Su Shang's one of the most underrated characters in the entirety of the game. She's not anywhere near B tier. Okay, this little bitch put some work in. If you have this just tells me that nobody at Prydwen actually puts in work with Su Shang. That's what that tells me. If you actually put in work with her, build her up properly, Su Shang 100% is in the A tier. Not even a question. So yeah, they're sleeping on that. I will literally drop kick every single one of you for putting Welt in the beat. How you? Oh, you mother! Y'all think y'all can do this to Welt? Huh? Y'all think y'all can do this to Welt? Yo, ain't no way they put my brother up in here, bro. Nah, he A tier, bare minimum. Brother is A tier, bare minimum. I will not have any other input on that matter. Now that's crazy. Y'all know damn well y'all ain't put in no work with Misha at E6 yet. How you gonna dump? How y'all gonna dump Misha straight into the C tier? Bro ain't been out for 3 days. Come on now. Fire Trailblazer in the C tier. Nah, I think the Fire Trailblazer is in the B tier. If you run break effect Fire Trailblazer on a fire scenario, they pop off. I'd put them in the B tier. Other than that, those are my takes on that. Moving on to this category. I think Jing Liu is still Queen Liu. I think that's fair. She's still Queen Liu. She's still absurdly broken and can clear all content in the game. You can eat. She's so strong. You can even put her in scenarios where they're not even weak to ice. She's still gonna just obliterate. So I think she still has that top spot. I'll be honest with you though. When Sparkle comes out, I got a strong feeling Imbibe de Lune is going to be original Imbibe de Lune again. He's going to just outperform everyone else. I have a feeling. it might even be that with Xing Shui. We'll see what happens there. Like, but I have a strong feeling Imbibe de Lune is going to be absolutely disgusting with Sparkle. The kit synergy that she has is just nuts, enabling him to always full charge his charged attacks while also potentially making him go on 3 times with 3 fully charged attacks. That's what's scary. She, with her advanced forward action, may enable Imbibe de Lune to go 3 times with 3 fully charges, plus all the buffs she's given to him. And if that's the case, I think he's going to swap places with Queen Liu. We'll see. I could be wrong. Now, Dr. Ratio being in front of Imbibe de Lune is kind of questionable to me. Just because he outperforms in single target damage doesn't mean he's better than Imbibe de Lune. I'll be honest. But putting them next to each other is fair, right? If they're next to each other, that's okay. It's debatable. It actually genuinely is debatable. Same thing with Sela and Xing Shui. With the right Gamba, Xing Shui is outperforming Sela. And with the wrong Gamba, Sela is outperforming Xing Shui. But there's no way on God's green earth somebody's sucking off and jerking off to Sela at Prydwen again. They're beating their meat to her 3 times a day, because there's no way you're putting Sela in front of these characters right here. There's no way. I was smoking crack putting Argenti in the A tier. Y'all are, I don't even have Argenti and I know how good he is. Y'all are smoking crack putting Blade, all 3 of these units. Like what do y'all have against the men, bro? Oh my God. Do you serious? Blade with Bronya. Maybe you can put him in specialist S tier, because Blade with Bronya and Aran Mei literally does the same shit that these units do. If you don't, go watch Poke's Zero Cycle, go watch my Zero Cycle. He literally does the same shit. So it's crazy that you got Blade in the A tier, bro. It's insane. Jingyuin and Argenti is the same exact concept. Like, Jingyuin received 87 buffs over the course of Honkai Star Rail's release, and y'all still have him in A tier. That makes 0 sense. Bro has been getting stronger in increments with each patch, but he's still in the A tier. Like, what? That makes no sense. And Argenti debatably does Queen Liu damage with his signature. Actually, I don't even know if it's debatably. I think he does. I think he outperforms every single character in the game against the physical element with his signature light cone. I think it's not even a contest. So having him A tier, in my personal opinion, has got to be the most off the mark shit I've ever seen. But at the end of the day, it's just my take. Same thing. Himiko, this is absolutely disrespectful. Synergist with Topaz, Himiko Topaz, cracked. S tier. S tier Himiko. No doubt about it. Properly. Yeah, I'll give that. Disrespect. Oh my God, disrespect. You can go and watch my dude. I gotta go whip out my base form Dan Hung again to show them what's up. C tier. See, that means like bro struggling to get 5 cycle clears. I could quite literally get a 3 to 2 cycle clear with Dan Hung. No question. So I think he should be B tier, bare minimum. Bare minimum. Hook, same thing, disrespectful. B tier, bare minimum. Debatably A tier. But again, I think this just shows that people don't understand that these 4-star units, when they're invested in, they pop off. They really do. Arlon, let's not talk about Arlon first. Let's talk about Yang-Chi. Holy shit. Yo, who did my boy Yang Gang like this, bro? Dog, they put him in the D tier. Who put my brother in the back with Amber like that, dog? That's the fun. Yo, this is comical, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever did this at Prydwen got jokes. They got actual jokes. That's funny. You put him behind the physical? No way, bro. They put him behind the physical, bro. That's insane. Damn. Somebody hates him, bro. That's funny. Nah, bro. Yang Gang gotta at least be Yang Gang is like bottom of A. So like if it was me, I'd put these 3 in S tier somewhere. Like specialist, I'd put Blade in specialist. I'd put Argenti and him in S tier 100%. And then I'd put Himiko in the S tier of specialists. And then I'd take Yang Gang and put him in A tier. Like they just hating on my boy for no good reason right there, bro. And Arlon, man, I gotta do Arlon showcase, because I know y'all not about to be sitting here disrespecting my brother like this, bro. D as in did my boy dirty? That's crazy. Now, Prydwen, keep up the good work, man. Even if I don't agree with all y'all's takes, this shit is awesome. It's great to even come here as a reference point. You guys do a fantastic job. So keep up the work, man. I love you guys. Good support. Hey, that's gonna wrap up this video. We got to get on the Black Swan Kafka performance next. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be streaming later on today. Be sure to follow my twitch.tv /Gacha Smack. Okay. Y'all take care. I'm out.